At the count of three, I want everybody in the place to be to make some noise if you're down with me. 1, 2, 3. Hit me with the horn.
The man you see and the place to be.
Tomorrow got no place to be.
They called it paradise, the place to be.
Party people in the place to be.
Place to Be Nation presents Scott Criscolo
Connecticut is the place for me.
and JT Rosero.
Came from Providence, one in Rhode Island.
Come on, everybody, come on. We call it the place to be. The place to be, yes, it's the place to be. Then I shall be.
It is contagious. It is the place to be, and we are live each and every Monday.
Yeah, I like big dick and stuff.
This is the Place to Be Podcast.
To do worse than Josh Richard.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do Halloween stuff, but I do like Halloween. Place to Be Nation, welcome to a great episode of the one and only Place to Be Podcast. I am your host, Juster Zero, coming to you live here on this Monday evening, live to tape, I guess, Scott Criscolo. It is Halloween, so we can spoil it, I guess. I don't know. We're not obviously going to be doing this live Halloween nights. I'm rambling. How are you?
Good evening, JR. Good evening, Place to Be Nation. Welcome to episode 561.
And it is
the longest running
it
episode.
is
Motherfucking gold standard.
the 10th annual.
Yes,
10th,
it is.
Scott. Place to Be Podcast, Halloween Spooktacular.
It's awesome.
We've really crossed the variants with these Halloween specials. We've done just ones where we just talk about Halloween moments. We've watched Halloween-based wrestling stuff. We watched Halloween. We haven't watched Halloween-based movies. We did watch Ready to Rumble a couple years ago.
Yes, we did.
One of my favorite Halloween gimmicks we did, was 3 years ago now. We had all the new voices on our podcast feeds back when we were affiliated with Pro Wrestling Only and Place to Be Podcast, or Place to Be Network and all that. We had various guests on. That was kind of cool. And we did like a party one year, a Halloween party with a bunch of people in costume. That was fun. We did a trivia contest, I think, one time. So we've done a lot of cool stuff over these 10 years.
Yes, we have.
And we decided, and last year we did, was last year the boxing one?
Yes, last year.
The Tyson?
We had, Cowboy, and I think Peter was on, and we did the Tyson's loss. We did Tyson's loss to Buster Douglas because we were close to that Saturday night's main event.
And we also talked Netflix Marvel shows because I had just finished. So
that is true.
So we did all that, but this year we're going back to where we were 2 years ago. We're gonna watch a movie. We're gonna live watch a classic wrestling movie. It has nothing to do with Halloween, but it is scary. And equally scary are our guests. And the reason I brought up that 2017 Halloween Spectacular when we had our new voices on is because both of them were on that episode. They are the co-hosts. I'm going to try and name them. I'm probably going to miss some. PTB NXT, Talkin' WCW, Talkin' Pop, our co-host on The Journey Through Infinity, my co-host, one of them, on Extreme Three-Way Dance and TNA Never Dies. They also are co-hosts of Shrink Wrapped, and then they do a bunch of other shit too. That's Tim Capel and Jennifer Smith. How you both doing?
You did good.
Yeah, very good.
I think I got the ones.
Mouthful.
Did I get all the ones that Lisa you both host together? I think I did.
I believe so.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you can do the ones that we do together, I think you're in good shape. So great to be back again.
If you had said like Talk and Pop and then a bunch of other shit, that's an F. But you actually got all the shows. Then you said a bunch of other shit.
Right.
Yes. So
also something that we did on that episode was a round of Fuck, Marry, Kill Halloween style.
Yes, we did.
Well,
we did.
Right. Involving some mythical creatures as well.
Right.
The good thing
real
is,
quick, Fuck, Marry, or Kill Freddy, Jason, or Michael Myers.
Kill them all.
We had to have done that one.
I know, but
we did do that one. I'm trying
Kill
to
them
remember.
all. Kill them
Our
all.
answers may have changed.
Kill them all.
Come on. Play along.
What did I do? I think I did Marry Michael, Kill Jason, Fuck Freddy. I think that's what I did the first time.
That sounds accurate.
It's tough.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna marry Freddy because he'd be really entertaining.
Well, if you get to go in the dreams with him, that's cool, right? Does he take you in the dreams of people? Is that could be something?
So you got to be married to that. You're gonna, I guess, fuck Michael, Jason. Let's go ahead and kill him. I just don't think he'd be very active in the bedroom.
And he's kind of gross. Like, do you really want?
I think
like,
Scott, no matter what it was, the guy named Jason Scott was gonna kill. I was actually gonna say we could do another FMK during Beyond the the movie we're watching tonight, because Roland Alexander is an easy choice for all three. But we'll get there. But it was 3 years ago you guys were on, and I think, Jenny, it was the first time we had ever talked was on that. You and Miranda and Tim came on.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I think we talked, like Glow and stuff. You guys talked me into watching Stranger Things, which I watched right after that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and then we also did a Ready to Rumble.
That was the next year.
That was the next year, right? So
you guys have been on 3 out of the last 4 now, Halloween Spooktacular. So
congrats on number 10.
Thank you. Tim, did you do the trivia that year? Oh, you don't do trivia.
No, I think I did that year, and I did really abysmally, so it just isn't a memorable appearance.
Would that have been 2016? It must have been, right? So maybe you've been on.
Yeah, I feel like I did the last. Yeah, I think so. But I did not make a good showing, so it's okay. I forgot. I mean.
So yeah, the 6th annual was the 6th annual was the the trivia contest. So if you were on that one, then you've been on was that 4 of the last 5?
Wow.
Does it say who was in the turn? I'm looking at it now.
No, just
say
16 unknown guests are thrown into it.
When did we do the No Holds Barred live watch?
That was not a
Halloween, right?
No. Was that on this show?
Sorry, I think it was on this show. It was just a special.
Yeah, we did it. Episode 531. You guys are both on. That was September last year.
Very cool. Close to Halloween.
And also, so we have an announcement of a brand new podcast feed. Was that the Jenny position?
Oh.
I think so, because it started in October.
Yep. So there you go.
Swirling.
Happy anniversary, then.
Yes, I know. It's amazing.
Yeah, look at that.
It's all happening.
Okay. We raced it.
Survey says, Tim. That's where we knew you from. Yes. Survey says.
Oh, boy.
How about
we
that?
We had just started that in 2016. Yeah.
That was the 7th annual. Geek and Sassy.
We're getting all wispy now.
Timothy Buckner. Oh my God! Was that the last time we talked to him?
Oh jeez.
Hopefully.
Wow. Peter Winston, was that Peter's debut too?
That was the first time we ever talked to Peter. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Max Mitchell and Travis Wakoshin from Lucha Afterground.
Yep. That was a fun episode, actually. I remember that too, because that was one of the few I could say I was in my mother-in-law's basement, because we didn't have power. We had lost power from that storm. So we recorded that one. I remember exactly where I was sitting for that episode. All right. Anyway, those are our Halloween memories. So we're live watching tonight is Beyond the Mats. And Scott, this is our second trip through this one. We just had to redo it. You have the date in front of you. When's the last time we did this episode?
We did. This was episode 133 on June 13th, 2012 with Jordan Duncan.
Okay. So we did that. But as we've talked about, the connection, the quality wasn't that great. We've also come a ways with our thoughts and viewpoints. And I think 8 years is long enough to rewatch a movie and talk about it. So I don't feel like we're dipping back into this barrel too soon. And it's an iconic wrestling movie. Now, Tim, you've obviously seen this, right?
I have seen this, and the last time that you guys covered it on your live watch with Jordan, I would say is the last time I watched it myself. And I remember listening along to that podcast at work. Oddly enough, it's just one of those, I don't know, situational memories that sticks with you. And I was like, man, that really put me in the mood to watch that again. So thank you for that. I can't believe it was 8 years ago.
It might have been the last time I watched it too, honestly.
It was definitely the last time I watched it. I'll tell you that. It was definitely the last time.
Jenny, have you seen it?
Well, I'm notorious for putting on movies that I want to see and then not watching them and playing on my phone instead. So I feel like I've somewhat watched it. Not giving it my full attention, which I'm excited to tonight.
Okay. All right. So then that's good. I'm excited because it'll likely really be the first time you're officially watching it. And I think many jokes that you may have heard or seen throughout history will resonate with you now. Because a lot of it
from this. Yes.
Mm-hmm. A lot of it come from here.
Good stuff.
All right. So this is on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you can follow along. Or if you have the DVD, which, Scott, I'm sure you do. I have as well. The DVD.
I do, but I'm actually watching on Netflix right now. Okay. I do have the DVD.
All right, we're all paused at the start, and we'll count us in. Everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
I think so.
3, 2, Now, Scott and Tim, did either of you see this in the theater?
Yes.
No, I don't know that I had the option to. I don't think it was playing anywhere close, unless it just got a wide release for a very brief period of time. I don't remember seeing it in theaters near me.
It did come out in March 2000 in theaters. I don't know how big the release was, but we definitely saw it. I remember seeing it in theaters, and it was like mind blowing to see this on a big screen in a theater.
Yeah,
even
I
though
agree.
wrestling was popular by that point already, it was still like you never thought you'd see a wrestling documentary on a big screen.
I was always blown away that Universal actually like kicked in for this. Like Blaustein must have really, of course, Barry Blaustein for those that don't know. I mean, I didn't realize he was that tight to get a major house to, distribute it. Universal. I thought this would be some, like I see Imagine Entertainment, but to have Universal help distribute it, that's a big deal.
And I feel like, documentaries obviously existed for a long time, but I feel like this was like on the early end of like the like the new era of documentaries, like that kind of started with Michael Moore and beyond that. You know what I mean? Like that really, where they really blew up and became like a cottage industry. Like I know A&E had been doing biography and stuff, but I felt like it was around now is when they really started to take hold and become like a really popular genre of content. I mean,
Max von Sydow.
maybe I'm wrong on
Just
that.
saw him in an episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no, I think there is something to that where there's just sort of niche topics would get that prestige treatment that you didn't expect, and it would have kind of popular appeal. And it was so well done that people really did go out of their way to see stuff like this that they otherwise maybe wouldn't, because it was just so below the radar if it existed at all.
Yeah, so right now it's just the opening. He's kind of talking about his love of wrestling and how it's become what it is today, kind of this like crazy, violent sport that has like millions of fans. Because we weren't that far removed from it being in the doldrums of 95, 96, even into early 97 before the NWO really blew up and everything took back over. So we weren't that far removed from like the big popularity not being
This
there.
is filmed like largely throughout 99. We're seeing like peak Attitude Era stuff. A lot of ECW footage, a lot of seeing gang wars a little bit.
We go back to the ECW footage.
And so he did. This took him like 3 to 5 years to film. So he was doing stuff 5 years out for some of this.
Okay.
God, it's funny.
What?
Yeah, go ahead, Jen.
How does somebody just like say, "I'm just gonna make a documentary one day"? Just like, boom, I'm gonna do it. I don't get it.
You just decide I'm going to go to Asbury Park and talk. No, I think you just. Yeah, I don't know. Just a big wrestling fan and always just wanted to probably expose it to a larger audience about what went into it. It's funny too because this, and I always think about like this and Wrestling with Shadows. I think they happened in the only time period they could have happened, because this was like they caught Vince McMahon in his most. I don't say like the peak of his popularity, but before he got super territorial again. Like he kind of was really embracing being a popular in the mainstream and stuff. Like he was on a lot of TV. Like, so I think they caught him at a time where he was open enough to have this dude walk around Titan Towers and be part of the creative process. Like 4 years earlier, there's no way this happens. Even it's like 05, I don't know if it happens, or maybe up to Benoit, maybe post Benoit's when it goes away. But there was a window here for this type of stuff.
Yeah, I think I would say it probably it would go from like 97 till probably when Eddie died.
Well, when did it get like territorial? Like when did they when did Dirty Film
iconic Vince scene right here, y'all.
We make movies.
To make movies.
It looks amazing.
The oddest way that any human being has ever drank water.
Yes.
To do such a mundane thing, he makes such a show of it.
But this was like mind blowing at the time, like getting taken backstage, watching them shoot promos. Vince Russo working with Mick Foley, and this was obviously 98 or so, but
And to your point,
it really is cool.
Yeah, I think Vince secretly loved people coming to him for this kind of thing. Like he wanted that mainstream exposure. He wanted the acceptance. He really enjoyed being approached in the way that these different filmmakers within that very short window back to back really did.
And I think I shrink the window to like 03. I think after that, I'm trying to think when they became like he would have wanted to do it himself. You know what I mean? And I think that's like 02, 03. I think
probably like 0304 when the DVDs really started to.
Well, even just once WCW went under and stuff, and like it became his only game in town, and he could just do what he wanted to do. Like he owned everything. Like here, he's still trying to be like the good guy, right, in this war. So I could see why he was affable and let them come in to showcase and help build his audience some more.
Well,
like 03 doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest reason. Like right now, he's the only, like at this point, 2020, he's the villain because he's the big shot and criticizing the products being criticized. Whereas here, he was the underdog.
Yeah,
Bischoff was the villain in the mainstream, and so he felt like this was a way to get a leg up. Like WCW wouldn't let them in, kind of thing. So, I think he was taking advantage of his status as the quote underdog. Because by 0304, when he's the top dog, he's not the underdog anymore. He's the top dog. So I think his status changed. Yeah, I think it's definitely Monday Night War, and then maybe that 2-year, cushion of the ruthless aggression. So.
Well, I forgot
I see Shane's in his place getting Dad some coffee.
That's right.
I forgot the Droz stuff was this early on, but I guess it does track him right throughout the movie. So
yeah,
this is all like classic Vince shit right out of the gate.
Yeah, I actually remember this scene.
Droz puking on the man.
Yeah, I do remember this.
I just love to think that every wrestler that's ever been in WWE, like at some point, had this meeting with Vince. And you think of all the people that have come into this office to have these conversations,
Yeah. What his office looks like is blowing my mind right now.
I was just thinking that too.
Yep.
What is this?
That big red backdrop.
God, the quality is
and remember. Before this, the first time we saw the office is when Austin dumped the fucking cow shit in it. Really, that was even before this. We thought it was fake.
The video quality is like mind blowing to me right now because it felt like you probably watched us, 10 years ago. It feels like really sharp, and now I'm looking at it. It's like all grainy. It looks like it was shot like 1985.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
That's the thing about anything pre-HD. You're never sure whether it was shot in 1970 or 2003.
Yeah, pretty much. This is SD for you.
God, I want to say this is the most iconic thing in this movie, but there's like 5 other things still to come.
It's a lot.
Absolutely.
It's loaded.
Look at that monitor. And 1998 technology
want
right
some coffee?
there.
Want some coffee? I'm going to get him in my desk, are you?
Does Vince McMahon drink coffee out of a styrofoam cup?
Looks like it.
Don't know.
They didn't have a lot of money yet still, and this would have been... Droz debut was in early 98, so this probably would have been late 97. He was still trying to save some cash.
Look how formally Shane is dressed, too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Full suit and tie. I mean, Vince is not even that. It's like he made all of his underlings really
well, maybe
business appropriate. And he's
Vince could have been the guy who puts the tie on right before the meeting,
Does Vince have a chair with a stuffed animal out on the patio?
He's
gonna. Is that what that was?
He's gonna.
Oh, my.
Couldn't even do it. What a miss. You got your big audition for Vince, and you can't even get the puke up. It's like
what a whiff.
The puke tile dysfunction.
I love seeing Vince just turn it on, like just
Me too.
snapping with his fingers.
Is that Sean's hat on the back windowsill right there? Like his memorabilia?
I think it is. Maybe Vince wears it at night.
But no, it's your point, Tim. That's awesome. How he just like goes right into it and then does the big laugh, the hearty laugh at the end. All right, so here's one of the others. So we have like 2 or 3 through lines through this whole story. We get the Droz one, which is kind of like the up and comer with like married to WWF one. Like they're kind of, this is gonna be a WWF track, and now this is like all the way to the other end with dudes like trying to break in at the indie level. So we're meeting Roland Alexander for the first time. I believe
there
he's
is.
passed away.
Jesus Christ!
How luscious!
He passed away, right, Roland Alexander? I'm pretty sure.
This looks like a trustworthy individual.
He became pretty famous from this. Yeah, he passed away in 2006. Oh no, that's the musician. 2013, he passed away. And this is like some of my favorite stuff was when this guy, when you look at him, criticizes like the wrestler's build and look and stuff. It's my favorite part.
I think my favorite part is he and Vince actually interacting.
Wait, what?
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay. Look at his office versus Vince's office.
Oh, yeah, slightly different.
Yeah, just slightly. Same computer monitor, though. That's the best part.
Maybe
But
Blaustein just travels with it.
Yeah, no
Here, set this
patio
up.
with a stuffed animal
A
on the chair.
styrofoam cup.
This guy with the blonde hair looks like that guy Cody Boynes who did the wrestling radio public access show here in New England.
The other one looks like a young buck.
Yeah, he does look like one of the young bucks.
He does look
like
like a young
He looks like one of the Jacksons. I can't tell you. I don't know which one, but no
That's
wonder
just
he's
what
not
they
that
look
good. He got trained. No wonder they're overrated. He got trained by Roland Alexander.
This guy,
Is that a wrestling school?
this guy alone shouldn't be hired just because he has Kevin Kelly's haircut, which is never a good idea. Yeah, it is a school. It's
The guy standing in the background looks like Rodney from. Look at this guy. This guy looks like Roman Reigns with his hair.
It's Tony
shaved.
Jones. Oh, it's Tony Jones.
I know.
He's a big dude, or his mom's just really short. That shirt is like peak '97 right there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Need to bring it back.
So where's this at?
California.
Okay.
This is where Cena ends up coming out of, doesn't he? Ultimate Power Pro, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you know, that reminds me. You talk about cottage industry of documentaries. We had Wrestling with Shadows. There was this, and then there was that. What was the one they did for the WCW Power Plant? The British guy. Keep wanting to say Louis L'Amour.
Oh yeah.
Louis
I think we hit that one on Letters from Center Stage, didn't we?
I think so.
I think so. So I was wrong. This is Cena was in Ultimate Pro Wrestling. That was with Rick Bassman, who was the.
Because he was in that. Cena was in that one, right? As the prototype. I want to say.
Yeah, I think so. So that was him, Samoa Joe, Miz, and Christopher Daniels all came out of there.
That's right.
This one is God, what the hell is this one called?
Oh, that's what's his face.
Mike Modest.
Yeah, that's it. Look like Owen.
Yeah, Roland's like big on Mike Modest. He's like,
ugh.
Is that where Kevin Kelly lives?
Ugh.
It's an episode of Hoarders now.
What's that comic on the wall, Tim?
Opposite of.
Oh, I didn't catch it.
There was a comic on the. It was bagged and boarded. His house looks like a fucking dumpster, but he had a bagged and boarded.
I like how he
comic on
picks
his
up
wall.
bodies in his fucking tank top and jeans. Like you couldn't just get. I mean, you could get a little dressed up.
You're in a velvet bag? What the shit was that?
So all pro wrestling is Roland Alexander, so not Ultimate Pro Wrestling, but both were in California.
What kind of reputation does one Roland Alexander have? Is he like well regarded as a trainer?
I think he was shady. Yeah,
is he shitty?
Yeah, I think he's a shady guy. There's so much of this is like, this whole movie just brings me right to like senior year of college, and when we did like the TV station at school, the whole thing was inside jokes from Beyond the Mat. Like we had a whole thing called Gym Wars because that was one of our favorite lines. That ring announcer at his fucking casual clothes. Welcome to Gym Wars with their fucking 19 fans.
Got to start somewhere.
I'm looking for Benzani in any of these.
I'm looking for Steve Williams.
Sure, Pete.
I think I just saw him. To be honest with
you. This guy ain't happy right here. Yes, this fan pissed him off.
It looks like great value, Dan Spivey.
Yeah, like a poor Jim Ross slumming it, watching these fucking guys.
With a cutout of John Wayne in the corner.
Oh, he loves John Wayne.
As you do.
That VCR was great. That was like a 1987 VCR he's rocking.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Vince definitely wasn't paying for technology, that's for sure. Unless that was his house. That was probably his office.
Right here is when you can tell Roland Alexander's full of shit. When he starts tearing up about Mike Modest right here on command.
Oh my God, what?
Do we really have to have the camera that close?
That is unsettling.
Oh, God!
Ugh.
I mean, dress up. You bring in your guys to this big... Oh, God.
Woof.
Yes.
The pager.
Yes. You're like the pager shoved in his sweatpants. That's classy right there.
That deserved slow-mo for sure.
San Jose, I think, right? This was San Jose, this house show, I think.
Oh my God, it's
or Raw, right?
I don't think it's a house show. They set up the Titantron and everything.
Yeah. No, I think it's San Jose, I think, if I remember correctly.
It's a little bit of travel involved here.
You don't like the Young Bucks, do you?
Corny.
You want a job here?
Yeah.
You gotta go tell Vince Russo he fucking sucks. You want to work here?
No flippy floppy bullshit.
This is one of my favorite Vince lines is when he's watching their match. Oh, a wrestling move for once.
Yeah.
Like he's like some like fucking Scott Keith or some shit wrestling connoisseur. Here you go. You can read the board here. You can probably tell what Raw it was.
Severin? Farouk Miguel?
So this is going to be 98 then now because Val's there.
No, Rock.
Kurgan. Oh, yeah. So this is summer.
Yeah, this is definitely summer 98.
Luna.
Is that Luna?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Golga.
Got Luna, Kurgan,
That's
Golga.
Pac.
I don't know what that is.
JR with the short here. So it might be the fall then. It's Kevin.
Oh.
It's got to be
Kevin.
post Skinny Kevin. It's got to be post SummerSlam if Jarrett's got the crew cut. All right, I'm going to try and figure this out now.
Do you guys think that Quentin Tarantino will play Jim Cornette in the Hulk movie?
I think they will play Jake Williams.
Even better.
Even better. Jambalaya.
Who's that? Oh, it's Modest. All right, I'm looking up Raw now. Let's see. 98. Fall.
Late August. Well.
Sacramento. It's got to be Sacramento. Oh, no, San Jose. 9/14/98.
Okay.
That's got to be it.
There you go.
They were in Sacramento the next night, so it's probably one of those two.
Hot time.
Little work there, pal. Like he knows anything. It's great.
Jesus.
Like he ever watches these matches. It's so funny. Oh, nice to see a wrestling move for once. There you go, JR. Tell him.
Watch the scrubs. I got shit to do.
That TV's tripping me out.
Like JR just basically said Tony Jones has to do steroids. He's gonna work on that upper body.
Work on the upper body. Call the doctor.
Or how old Tony is.
Shut up, Cornette. Fucking Finley was doing that move. Who said they were stealing it? Oh, Mosh or whatever. Roland's pissed. He ain't steal my boy's move.
Just picturing like 1998 Droz busting out an Emerald Fusion. Because he watched this.
I'm stealing it.
It's funny though. It's funny. Modest did look like Owen though. I mean, he, maybe a little more jacked Owen, but he
looks like stupid. What's his fucking name from TNA? Bruce.
I was just thinking it looked like Bruce, and I didn't want to say it.
Fucking Lenny Lane, right? Was that Lenny Lane or was that Lodi?
No, Bruce was Kwee-wee.
Kwee-wee. That's right. He was Kwee-wee. Fucking Bruce.
Oh, shit.
He does.
It is Bruce.
Oh, man.
He looks like a thicker Bruce.
I couldn't put it together, but yeah, I guess you guys have seen a lot more Bruce than I did.
Yeah, just put a bed under him.
As long as no one's a thicker Roland Alexander, because you can't get much thicker than that right there.
That belly is tremendous.
Mr. Ass.
With Jim Price's haircut.
Yeah, right. I need to leave.
See you, Rolly.
Rolly. You're fucking losers. You don't need to stay for the show. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, that was something.
Oh, here we
Wasn't
go.
it?
Now we get the Funk. That's right. Funk's one of the other through lines here.
So is that like a legit situation that naturally happened, or is it staged for the documentary?
Oh no, that happened.
Well, no, it happened, but I don't know if it would have happened without this. Like I think Blaustein says he got them to try out.
Okay,
that's part of the documentary. He was able to get them a tryout.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
But that does happen. The tryouts, like that's a normal occurrence at their shows. Like they bring in guys for tryouts before the show and stuff.
Yeah, like do dark matches and yeah.
But for this one, it was orchestrated because of the. I don't think they're rolling Tony Jones in there without Blaustein pushing.
Yeah, and I don't think everybody and their brother necessarily is crowded around the television either.
Yeah, it looked totally.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah. Vince is just sitting there watching
scouted by Ross or whoever, and Vince maybe never even hears about it.
If you ever want to see Terry Funk in his tighty whities, here's your chance.
Oh, I saw that. Oh my Jesus!
Morning, everyone. Look at my junk.
Imagine just waking up and there's a camera like in your bedroom.
Imagine waking up being Terry Funk.
Yeah, just as Terry Funk.
Oh, it just looks like it hurts.
It does.
Hurt all over.
And think that was 20 years ago. What do you think he feels like now?
Oh my God. A message for women. Oh God, what could it be?
Oh,
you like my toddy whities?
Fucking bitches.
Imagine having to wrap your knee
All
first thing in the
women
morning.
definitely need a message from fucking Terry Funk. I mean,
Yes, they do.
Wow,
that's like early. That's like late 70s.
That's his first retirement. I think that's his first retirement, like in 1981 or whatever the fuck it was.
I think he retired probably after the empty arena with.
This was one of those early network bumpers. Remember when the network launched back in 2014? I remember seeing that over and over between shows.
oh God, his daughters, right? This is a thing.
Oh yeah.
What
This
about?
this is a big part of it. Sorry, he retired in 97. I thought he retired in like the early 80s at one time. Or am I forgetting
I think he
something?
did. I think he retired after the. He might have retired after the. Well, yeah, he probably retired after the empty arena match in Memphis with Lawler, and then he kind of comes back. I think I saw him. I was on the Mid Atlantics on the network. I think he was in Crockett in '84, and then he comes to WWF in what? Late '85.
Hang on, I think it's 83.
Yeah. And then he's in Crockett in '84, and then he's WWF in '85.
Yeah. 83 was his first retirement. Yeah. August 31st, 1983 was his first retirement match.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And that lasted literally 6 months. Because something like May '84, he's in Crockett, and then he's in WWF in '85 and '86.
Why aren't they having an 80s wedding? I don't get it.
It's Texas.
An 80s wedding.
So that was in.
Doesn't it look like it?
So that was
a Mama's Family shit.
It does.
Right?
Mama's Family.
All right. So at age 30,
Lost episode of Mama's Family.
At age 38, August 31st, 1983, in the Tokyo Dome, that clip was that was from his retirement match. I thought so with the forever when he said it. That was his actual first retirement, 1983. And then he retired like 4 times after that.
Terry Funk is a good man. You need to marry him.
Oh, this is not going to be pleasant to look at.
Good.
Oh, yeah, the famous X-ray.
Yikes.
He's like, your knee basically doesn't exist.
Your knee's basically bone and air.
It's like, you shouldn't be walking around now.
This is Greg Phillips' favorite scene in the documentary. What are you saying? You have no knees.
The doctor looks like Robert Goulet.
Or Bernie Lomax.
I mean, I ain't got no fucking knees.
You shouldn't be walking around comfortably now.
Can I just go ahead and live comfortably and not do that?
Well, you're not now, so.
Disabled. And that is a problem. There's not a whole lot we can do.
He said it ought to be disabling.
Honestly, he should be dead.
Right.
Terry wasn't happy with his doctor's prognosis. Terry wasn't happy with his doctor's prognosis and shoved his face into the fucking X-ray machine. You son of a bitch!
Level with me, Doc. What if I don't do that?
That
That's epic
bedspread.
hotel comforter right there.
I say it's definitely in the Price House, that bedspread.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now we're getting an ad for Blue Emu. Put that cream on.
I don't think he's afraid of anything, even like not walking.
Oh, that was a hotel. That was our house for a minute.
I was gonna say, it does look like a Jim Price comforter though. Oof, what the hell's that? Looks like Pritchard's. Oof, and his kid. That's rough.
Okay.
How y'all doing? Where's Sheriff Pete?
As I said, so we at the ECW arena. Is that all right?
I think so.
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Ratner.
That's fucking
Yeah,
crew
that
right
is
here.
crew.
Oh, let's pick out our favorites there.
Look at that guy.
Fuck WCW.
Oh my god.
Fuck them all.
Oh, Jenny, this is all like spoiler territory
Oh,
for you.
shit. Yeah, it is.
Uh-oh. You gotta turn it off.
Don't worry, I won't remember anything that we've watched.
Oh, this is you're gonna get some behind the scenes stuff here. The promo shot in Paul Heyman's basement. The real location of the Eagle's Nest.
Yeah, there it is. There's Eagle's Nest.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is good.
Fucking Tommy.
Tommy.
Find yourself someone that looks like you, like Tommy Dreamer stares at Paul Heyman.
Yes.
Man, it was very longingly, wasn't it?
That was beautiful.
And it's his parents'
what's his
basement.
name?
Look, she's fucking ironing. This is fantastic. I wonder if she's like Vinny's mom on Jersey Shore. There's the Eagle's Nest, Jenny. That was the Eagle's Nest. Paulie's mom ironing in the background.
Otherwise known as the Eagle's basement.
It's really a wonderful family to see them so devoted.
I know, right? It really is.
Just imagine telling your parents, "Hey, so I got to do some promos out of the basement. Can you iron these?"
Tim, that was my teenage years.
Man.
Whatever you want, Polly.
That's got to be like such a Northeast.
That's what
thing.
moms are for, yo.
Gonna do some wrestling shit in my basement. See you later, Mom.
Yep.
You had the Old Spice commercial, Mom.
That was Vinny's mom from Jersey Shore.
Oh man.
It's funny how that building is like it's the same, but like from where we were there, Scott, looks completely different.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, they put all the black like placards on the wall and everything. It's totally different now. Yet still the same fucking dump. It is cool that they have that I don't know if it's in the ladies' room, but in the men's room they have the thing that says ECW 1992 to 2001 painted on the wall. It's pretty cool. There's the franchise. I love Shane Douglas.
Don't start. Get Jenny all riled up. So this was the night, Jenny, of their first pay-per-view, Barely Legal, 1997. So that's why this is like a big Paulie speech, getting everyone fired up.
I can see it's getting me fired up as well. Like most Paulie promos.
Fuck you, we're right.
JT?
Yeah, still there.
Yeah.
You'll find out the lifers real quick with this show. Who's still clinging around.
Shane Douglas looking like great value Lex Luger.
Thank you for that. That was a gift and a treasure.
He's stroking Francine. There you go.
I
promise you someday you'll be on the Creative Control Network.
Ugh, he was so
That was
close.
oh
my god.
I promise.
Imagine it's either this or being on a Feeney podcast.
You'll get there someday.
This is so cool.
It is. Honestly, even for me, like I obviously knew all like of ECW at this point, but rewatching it now after watching so much ECW is kind of cool to see the stage really dive off and stuff.
Honestly, what it's doing right now for me is what's going on in the world now is I just miss live shows. Watching
no fucking doubt.
Just no doubt missing live shows, and not just like our Mania trips and stuff, but even this kind of stuff. Just
right.
Like JR, we saw the ROH taping, Mania week or Rumble weekend, even that kind of stuff. I just miss being around a crowd for matches,
Me too.
Right? Simple things. But they dressed themselves up for an ECW show. Like, I thought this was NWA.
Well, it's a big night. It's his third retirement. I had to step it up.
Third retirement. Yeah, retirement. Meanwhile, he's going to win the fight. Oh, won't say it.
Is this a good show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it definitely is.
At our pace, Jenny, we'll get there. We're going to get there before not. The pace we cut on that show, on the Extreme Three-Way Dance.
I see Stevie there. Okay.
Axel Rotten.
Rotten?
Ooh.
Hey, Shane.
Fonzie.
Think how easily they could have gotten a documentary just out of the ECW shit.
Oh, I know, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
You're exactly
right. Honestly, all of these, Tim, like every storyline they examined could have been its own.
Yeah.
Like indie wrestling, guys trying to break into WWF could have been its own thing. This one, and then the two other big ones we get later.
Mm-hmm.
Foley and then Jake.
Shane looks so disgusted that fucking Funk won. Fucking old fuck.
Forever. I'm not retired, you fucking whore.
He won his retirement match. That doesn't seem like a thing that gets to happen.
Well, he unretired like 4 months later.
That was
to go to WWF.
not his actual.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't his retirement match though the thing he did with Brett?
Yeah.
I've
This
seen
might have
that.
been his.
So that's-
Yeah, it might have been his
was
last
the-
ECW match though.
This is more like his retirement tour, sort of.
Yeah.
Uh,
The last one's with Brett, which they talk
aren't you
about on
supposed
this.
to lose those though? Right? I've been taught that.
He may lose the belt back. I don't remember this timeline honestly that well. Ugh,
He does lose it back. I don't know. He does lose it back. I don't know if they show it on this movie, but he doesn't just like forfeit it. He
Yeah.
does lose it.
I don't think this is a retirement match. I think it was just they had him. They wanted to use him for the first pay-per-view because he was a name, and so they brought him here. But yeah, he retires over that summer, but then he unretires like weeks later because he does the run with his Chainsaw Charlie, and that starts like in October, right?
Well, we're
Or
gonna see the
December
Brett
somewhere.
stuff, so that's coming up.
He's hacking up fucking blood clots.
Oh,
chugging a beer.
Jesus Christ.
Well, guzzling beer with a. I love the giant hole in the wall that behind Paul's interview. It's like, oh, there's a staircase and a giant hole in the wall. Oh, these promos are so fucking good.
Living them right now.
Yep.
Amazing, aren't they? So good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sorry for the silence. Just wrapped up.
We had to hear the
Cactus
Mick
Jack
Foley. Yes, Cactus
promo.
Jack promo.
God, it's so awesome.
This is what you should watch, Jenny. You got to watch the King of the Deathmatch tournament from 1995
It's amazing.
in Japan.
All of that sounds like something I would definitely be interested in.
Oh, it's no
Well,
doubt.
and you can watch.
You're looking at it right now.
Well, there's the version too with ICP does the commentary, the Juggalo Championship Wrestling, and they did a tape of it with them providing like commentary and stuff.
Well, welcome to the new podcast.
Yep.
That's a good transition too, going from Funk to Foley like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
This documentary,
Right now they're hitting the guy on top of the world.
just a nice segue there.
So we've done the guy breaking into the AF, the guy's trying to break in. We've gone to the guy on his last legs, and now the dude that's like on top of wrestling right now. There we go. That looks just like downtown near me, honestly.
Yep, that's D'Amato's neck of the woods.
There you go. Some
Home
Mossian
videos.
video level stuff.
There you go. Mousy.
Do you think he has a giant archive of all that?
Yeah, I think so. He seems
Hopefully
like
so.
that kept it all. I mean, they've used it multiple times, so.
Nick
He
should
still
put it on the
lives in
network.
this house.
No, they said he's visiting his parents.
No, this is
Oh.
this is his parents' house.
Okay.
But it wouldn't surprise me knowing Mick. He just would live there.
Like Paulie?
Trying
Yeah,
to get
pretty
his dad
much.
on camera. There's Noel.
Everybody's ironing. Oh yeah, Noel.
So interviewing Foley's
These
dad now.
parents, just what can you say, really? You're Mick Foley's parents.
You're like, well, our kid's weird.
Yep.
But amazing.
You can see where he didn't get his front teeth from. His dad doesn't have any.
So is this Dewey? Was he? Would that
Yeah,
have
I
been
think
him?
that was Dewey. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the timeline for all his kids.
Ooh.
Kane Dewey? Yeah, because the Kane Dewey stuff was
Right, he was like a
was
newborn.
before this.
Yeah, that was like 95.
If he has this whole collection, he should just put it on the network. I would watch
Right?
hours of Mick
Go
in his
on.
backyard. Absolutely.
Yeah, they broke out Big Dave for this, huh?
Ooh. Fucking Dave Meltzer over here.
Put
Showing
that
off the
in work
guns.
folder.
Ugh. Ugh.
God.
Pots.
JR always looks weird post JR, post Black Hat when you see him without it. Like he kind of looks like old JR, but you know he's not anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fucking slob. Look at what he's wearing.
He's Mick Foley and wear whatever.
He's got this dime-piece wife, and he's walking around with this fucking slob-looking t-shirt. I mean, a button-down shirt, half unbuttoned, red shorts.
I think it's kind of that's like a Mick Foley flex kind of thing.
Yeah, and
I
he
think
swears
so
whatever.
too. Should be.
Come on, baby, let the good time roll. There you go. So that's a little more formal. You got the plaid.
And the thing is, like, he's not a bad-looking guy.
He's not.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
And if he had just like taken a different path, like you could see him just like as a normal, just kind of good-looking dude. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Just,
Yeah.
I don't know. That wasn't really his style to do anything normal in life, I guess.
Well, and what's funny, at the time, his wife, not too bad looking either. So you think to yourself, "Oh, the fuck did he get her?" It's Mick.
Oh yeah.
Now she's got like what, purple hair and.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen her in forever.
Well, she was on the whatever that show
The reality
was.
show.
The reality show.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that one.
The Daughter and the Clown and all that was about.
Oh yeah.
Dewey looks like me at like age 8. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, there you go.
Looking
There's great value, Lex Luger.
There we go.
So that's like his beach outfit, I guess.
Boxers?
It's really a statement. I don't know. Boy, sometimes you put something on and you don't know exactly what you look like until you see yourself on film or in pictures.
Right.
So true.
So he's playing the voicemail he got from Foley that he was like concussed and like out of it. It's basically like a drunk dial in a way, rambling.
Incoherent, rambling.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember getting a fight with Josh Richard's sister, who said that this was fake, like this bump. And I'm like, how? I made her sit there and tell me how. They faked it.
Made her watch it over and over.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, this wasn't like beaten to death either. It was only like a year and a half prior. So.
Yep. And here's where Taker breaks his foot. Break.
Now, did she think that bump was a work or a shoot?
Yeah, I don't know. She's not that bright.
About the tax. How'd she feel about this?
Oh, that's the easiest to fake.
Hmm. They're just like retractable thumbtacks.
No, not real tax. It just made out of rubber.
Feel like that would still hurt a lot.
Yeah, a little bit.
I love the scene because you can tell that Foley obviously lied to his wife and told her that that was not planned. And it was 100% planned. There's no way that cage just broke. It was planned. And he's sitting there as she's talking about it.
That's why he's continued to say that, to be honest.
Yes.
With you.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's sitting there like, yeah. And then the cage broke. And he's like, just fucking like sitting there quietly as she explains it.
Well, it won't be the first time he lies to his wife about what goes on in a match.
And then it's zero chance that was not planned, that bump.
I can believe that he wasn't sure he would be able to take that bump after taking the first one, depending on how fucked up he was.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, clearly.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no way that cage just broke. It would have been a much bigger story and deal if that was not planned.
I think he always tries to say it wasn't planned because, like, he didn't mean for the chair to hit him in the face.
I'm sure that.
No, that definitely wasn't planned. But no, he says that wasn't supposed to break. That's always been his story, and it's just him kayfabing. And I think part of it is he doesn't want to get in trouble with her.
I mean, seriously, if he didn't think that his body, if he really thought his body, the way that Taker threw him, was going to hold, I mean, seriously, Mick, come on, you're not fucking Spike Dudley. I mean, you know.
Oh, okay. Now we're on the Jake story.
Wallowing in the muck of avarice.
How do you feel about that transition, Tim? Between funk.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about, kind of these guys who we're in the kind of the old depressing dude stage of the documentary.
Well,
so.
it was like Funk is retiring on top,
Funk,
kind of.
Yeah.
Foley's on top, and now Jake is like
Foley's getting there, and
in the
Jake
gutter.
is just over the hill. Yeah,
he's like Randy the Ram basically right now.
Yep.
This is the sad part that I do recall, I think.
Yeah, this is the most depressing stretch of the movie.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
And they talk about how he paved the way for a lot of these guys in terms of being so ahead of his time, on the mic as such a good promo.
Look at that pencil sharpener.
Oh, yeah.
Another John Wayne.
Mm-hmm. Another compact computer, whatever it is.
He's upset JR with the bodies today. He never had a good body.
Well, they're never much to look at.
That's sad. They're going to talk about him, and then of course he's wrestling George Wells. Couldn't find a better cut.
They
better
got
fucking.
They got him with Al Scooper now.
There we go.
Quite frankly.
Demons. I love the word demon.
You love the demons.
Like, it just covers a myriad of problems, right? Like,
yes.
That could be anything. Just demons.
This is a Titty Jake phase. Yeah, Heroes of Wrestling era.
Put Heroes of Wrestling on the network.
I'm not redoing that one, Scott. I will say that.
What? Oh, no.
Heroes of Wrestling. And that's a long show. That was like 2.5 hours, I think. That fucking
It was. Yeah, it was rough.
I believe we did that one with Chad, so we can leave that one alone. Let the memories lie with that one.
Yes, exactly.
I remember I remember this at the time being very dark and upsetting and depressing, seeing what happened to this guy. And I mean, it's not easy to watch today, but knowing that he did somehow come out the other side, kind of recontextualizes it,
Makes it easier to watch, maybe.
So Heroes of Wrestling we did June 20th, 2013. So right after the site launch, Scott, with Chad, and we also had a trivia tournament battle.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Oh, here we go. Mr. DDT.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, she's definitely DTF for Jake.
So,
woo!
And this fucking guy's nose.
Oh, my.
Mr. DDT.
Ed Beckley.
What are we doing? Wow. Okay.
Oh, man. I think this is a scene from season 15 of Dallas.
Ed Beckley's going to be dead too, right?
100% Jake hits that, right?
Oh, yeah, she is ready to go.
Sure.
Okay, good. I hope there's a documentary on that as well. Wow. Coco.
Frankie. Hey, Frankie.
I think Ed Beckley is actually still alive.
How is that possible?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
He had the surgery.
Well, then I'm doing all right then. Did they actually show him doing anything as far as drugs wise in the documentary?
No, I think they just talk about it.
Okay. Is he claiming to be sober at this point, or is he?
No, I don't think so.
No.
He's pretty much saying like.
Oh, maybe he
Pretty
did.
open,
Maybe he
no.
did tell him he was trying to see his daughter, wasn't he? And I think it's after that he goes back off. I don't know. I feel like he'd been lying for like a decade.
That might be his line at this point, but
Right.
that's going to change by the end of his segment.
Yeah, I think the only time he actually did clean up for a little bit was that 96 run, but even then he went back off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he looks like shit here.
Yeah, real bad.
Heroes of Wrestling was in 99, right?
Yeah,
That's...
Yeah.
I don't think they show it on here, but... Oh, no, was that 2000? Well, Yoko was on it, right? When he died.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was 99. It was like October 99.
Yeah, because Yoko died the next year, but he was on that show.
He was on that show, yeah. But he died, I think he died a year later, October 2000.
Yeah.
Nearly died on that show.
Their careers all did anyway.
Oh, okay. He's bringing an old girl into the ring now?
Here she comes.
Oh, my Jesus Christ, no. Mm-mm. No.
At least he doesn't shake his tits like a Heroes of Wrestling.
Oh, my God. No.
Is that Chris Adams? So when was it? When did he get
man.
shot? I was like right after this, probably.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Boy, that was awkward.
Gosh, I'm having that vicarious embarrassment thing.
Me
Another
too.
one of my favorite.
I just covered my face like, ugh.
Probably a German word for that. I don't know.
It's one of my favorite scenes. Look at this slob with his gut hanging. I was like, oh, they love me. I could be dictator mayor of this place if I wanted to.
Top of the world. Yeah.
Like even just walking with that hood on is sad. 2001, Chris Adams got killed. So yeah, not that long after this.
This is bumming me out. We're going to have to do some fuck, marry, kill or something. Light the mood.
The
Yeah.
it was
Yoko
kinda
died
cool that
October
they-
23rd, 2000.
Okay, that's about a year after.
I mean, it's like we're watching a horror movie.
It is. I am
Pretty
very
much.
scared.
Like found
It is
footage.
depressing.
The found footage movie, yeah.
I mean, it is cool that he was able to track Jake. Like, it seems like kind of a thing that wouldn't have happened. Like, because at this point, he had been gone from WF for a couple of years again. Like, you didn't hear much from him, you know? Like, I know he popped up with the Heroes of Wrestling. So to see him actually go in depth on what the fuck was going on was pretty cool at the time because you just didn't hear a ton about it.
Yeah.
Did he just say that his dad was going out with his mother's mother?
Yeah, it's all fucked up. His dad's a piece of shit, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a former wrestler, too. And he was like a producer for WCW for a long time, Grizzly Smith. Yeah, he's got a real fucked up family history.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is he
Dad
doing?
booked.
Breaking a rock.
Just in his dress pants.
Get Jake shoveling leaves.
What?
That's how old guys do things. Like, they wear the slacks and a button down to do, like, work. It's odd.
To do like meaningless labor that is nothing.
It's an old guy thing.
Yeah.
That's my
Grizzly
biggest
was-
issue with.
Oh,
That's my
God.
biggest issue with Breaking Bad is how Walt's always dressed up in slacks and a button-down shirt, no
Yes.
matter what he's doing.
Why are you shoveling leaves? I don't really get that. But, I don't know. But yeah, Grizzly Smith was a booker in Mid-South.
Yeah.
He's close with JR. Bill Watts, those guys. Yeah, and then he was in WCW.
Jake's just trying not to fall down doing this right now.
Most manual labor he's done in probably fucking 10 years. October 10th, 99 was the Heroes of Wrestling.
So Jake's talking about his whole fucked up past. His stepfather got electrocuted, like all the shit, basically. That. Oh, here we go, ready.
Is
And
his
that's
Some good qualities, and he was born out of love, and I still love him.
is
Yeah,
his
that
documentary on the network, The Pick Your Poison?
I don't know.
That's a really good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's one of the best ones they did.
Yeah,
you
it
should
is.
check that out if you want to hear some really screwed up Jake family dynamics, Jenny.
Yeah.
I do want to hear that.
Yeah, it's kind of just a continuation of this.
Oh, that's right. He got murdered. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this whole story. You should go back and just rewatch this just to hear all what he's saying. But
Who was dead?
who was it? It was like his sister's husband.
Sister?
No, it wasn't his sister. It was someone like married through marriage. Or it was somewhere boyfriend, or they never found him. Basically, just. Yeah.
Huh.
I love that ring endorsement. They're like, "What did endorse yourself?" No, he was born out of love, and yeah, I still love him.
Yeah.
Ringing endorsement.
He's all right.
He's got some good qualities. Okay, she's saying now, electrocuted. fucking music.
The road really screwed up my sex life at home.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Listen to this part, Jenny. You'll enjoy this. Talks about the shit he did, how he couldn't get it up for his wife because of it.
Oh, boy. Two a day, he says. 3 a day.
2, 3.
Then 2 at a time.
Oh.
Then 2 at a time with toys. Jesus Christ. Then 2 at a time, I'll just watch. The older you get, that's just how it gets.
The way he talks about this is like he's delivering a promo.
Right.
Yeah.
It just seems.
Oh, I feel like when you're a wrestler for that long, I feel like you just end up becoming. That's how you just talk.
That's like what Vince was saying earlier. Isn't there real separation between real life and character? Especially him compared to others.
So basically, because he did all the shit, he couldn't get hard for his wife because the mental stimulation was gone.
Grizzly Smith died in 2010.
Not soon enough.
He was 78, I think.
All right, listen, we're about halfway. I'm at 51:60 and I'm pausing. Why don't we just, take a quick minute? I think coming off that Jake, we need a second to
we do.
digest. Yeah. We're about halfway through. Seen a lot of cool stuff. We're going to step away for 20 seconds here. We'll come back and we'll dive into the rest of the movie. Spooky, scary movie.
I'm popping in the clip when the wind blows. Every 20 seconds got me peeping out my window. Investigating a joint for traps. Checking my telephone for texts. I'm staring at the woman on the corner. It's fucked up when your mind is playing tricks on you. I make big money.
Hello, everybody. This is Bruno Lauer. I'm on The Place to Be. You're listening to The Place to Be podcast. You know why? Because it's like Mama says, it be that way sometimes.
Here comes the axe, and here comes the smasher, the demolition, walking disaster, pain and destruction.
My key to the city of Gary, Indiana. Look at this, and my gold record from that novelty party song.
Oh man, Trey, look up at the sky. It's a full moon on the Sabbath.
This is scary.
Break it down.
I was working late on my Haftorah when I heard a knock on my bedroom door. I opened it up, and to my surprise, there was a werewolf standing there with glowing gold eyes. He says, tomorrow, my son, you will be a man. But tonight's the time to join the Wolfen clan. Tomorrow you will stand at the beamer and pray. But tonight, let's gaze at the moon and bathe. Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves. Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves.
All right, that was great, Trey. Okay, it's over. That's a wrap.
Oh. The next day, what happened? The Toma didn't teach. I got up in front of everyone to give my little speech. Then my teeth turned into fangs and my nails into claws, and I nearly dropped the Torah when my hands turned into paws. I growled and I roared, and my rabbi did as well. It was a rocking werewolf zoo at Temple Beth Emmanuel.
Hey man, where'd you learn all these Jewish words?
My manager Harvey Lemmings. Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves.
I just don't think the idea of the song can sustain itself for that long. It seems a little sweaty now. So
this whole premise is sweaty. We had a reception at the Larchmont Country Club. They served a real nice brisket and an 8-foot party sub. I danced with my cousins. I got money from my folks. We had a lot of fun making circumcision jokes. Then I remembered the premise of my song. I was at a nice reception, but the werewolf part was gone. So we pulled ourselves together and we're wolfmen again. Just in time for monster fight to begin. All the country club employees were brain-sucking pack who had all turned into zombies and were on the attack. So we fought them and some Draculas and Frankensteins too. Cause you gotta love bar mitzvah even if you're not an art. There's no such thing as Frankenstein. Bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. No boys becoming men, men becoming wolves. Werewolf bar mitzvah, kooky, hairy. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves.
All right, next we're back on our 10th annual Halloween Spooktacular here. If you thought that break was just so we could play Werewolf Bar Mitzvah to keep our contractual obligations, you are correct. But we are going to tell you what's going on in the world of Place to Be Nation and all of our podcast feeds. You can check out this very feed right here that has tons of great shows, like the Place to Be Podcast. Scott, that's me and you going through history of WWE chronologically. We're into the spring of 1991. We also have Main Event. That's you, Brother Nate Milton, and Steve Willie talking all card events in the world of wrestling. I heard the most recent one was a good one. It's the word on the streets. Freaking the sheets.
Yeah, it's very good.
Row 1, Seat 1. Interesting look in the world of small-town wrestling with host Ben Zani. It's on a brief sabbatical, but hopefully little Ben will be back soon. Jenny, we mentioned this one earlier, you and Tim, and Greg Phillips on Talking WCW, paying tribute to the legendary promotion from the Dirty South. Also with this ring, Ryan and Cindy Everett, a married couple, talking specific matches and their respective fandoms. You don't know Billy Jack, Highway to the Impact Zone, the NWA Saturday Special, all kinds of reaction shows, Jenny and the Gems, PTB NXT, Adams Division, Special Relations, Chicken Salad, Senior Video, and NWA Crock and Roll. All shows you can get here on this very feed by subscribing if you're not just yet. Also on the PlayStation Pop feed, there's tons of stuff each and every day there as well. Andy Avison's got 7, 8, 9, 10 shows on there, I think. All kinds of stuff. One of my favorites right now is Making Mount Rushmore, where he puts a panel on, they have a topic, and they build up what would be the top 4 of that topic. I heard there's a couple good ones planned, and there's been some good ones I've dropped already. So check all of that out, as well as everything else going on in the Pop feed. You can also subscribe to Jenny's feed. It's the Jenny Position, home of Geek and Sassy, Talking Pop, Freak Out Drive-In, Brother Sister Rewatch Podcast, and The Journey to Infinity, plus the North-South Connection, myself, Chad Campbell, and Aaron George, the purveyors there, the official home of Wrestling Warzone, No Holds Barred, Extreme Three-Way Dance, Jeff Learns Wrestling, Ruthlessly Aggressive Podcast, TNA Never Die, Shrink Wrapped, Rank and File, This Week in the NFL, and lots more. So be sure to check that out. You can subscribe to both of those feeds, all 4 of them, really, at any podcatcher app. Be sure to join our Rejuvenated Place to Be discussion group on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, look up Place to Be, and I don't know if you even have to put chats or just put Place to Be. You can request an invite. It's a private group, but there's tons of discussions and fun about wrestling, movies, tournaments, all forms of pop culture going on there. It's been really fun since we've gotten up and running again over the last couple of weeks. So if you're looking for a nice discussion forum where there's no bullshit, no nonsense, just fun back and forth, some interesting topics and some news breaking each day. We talk about it there. You can search Place to Be on Facebook, and we'll add you in. Also, coming down the home stretch, for our 2020 stretch project, determining the greatest WCW match ever. You have until New Year's Eve to research, promote matches, and build your list. Conversation rules found at facebook.com/GWCW matches or Pro Wrestling Only message board. Sure to check out PlayStation.com each and every day. New voices, fresh takes for you, articles on the topics of wrestling, sports, and pop culture. And if you're shopping with us, go to PlayStation.com/Amazon. And while you're there, pick up a copy of our friend Adrian Cotton's second book, AWO Big Time Players, Episode 2, continuing to grow. So that'll do it. That's all the feeds, all the info you got going on. I think it's reckon it's time to head back to Beyond the Mat. You guys all agree?
Yes, sir.
Let's hop in.
Let's do it.
All right, we paused at 51:16. I'm going to count us in 3, 2, go. So we are now transitioning, no pun intended, some may say, as Chyna comes out. And we are kind of back into the world of WWF now. We're going to chronicle her track becoming a star.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep. Their boyfriend, Jean-Paul Levesque.
Yes, and this is the transition I was talking about. You can see her pre-plastic surgery and post-plastic surgery.
Even though she said she never had it.
Apparently Jenny Garth is their friend. She's in the backseat of this car.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That's right. Yeah.
What a threesome.
It does look like her, though, doesn't it? A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
These fucking people. I always like this because I feel like Chyna was always maligned, and you always hear about her downfall and everything that comes about it. And I always like this because like it shows off her personality and like she's laughing and having it's before all the bullshit, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? Before
like
Triple H screwed her over and everything with Steph, like she just seemed happy. Like, she was living her dream, biggest star, one of the biggest stars in wrestling, hanging out with her boyfriend. Like she just seemed like in such a good place. And it's like cool to see, but it's also sad kind of knowing where it's headed. But
yeah, this one,
I agree.
This is the one that becomes retrospectively sort of sad, right? Last time I watched this, she was still among us. I don't know how well she was doing, but now it just sort of sucks knowing, wow, she it's one of those wrestler deaths.
Even the lead up to that gets so depressing. Where she is prior to it. So it is. I always like this piece of it, is to see her kind of in her, honestly, probably some of the final happiest moments of her life, probably before.
Who is this guy with the bloody face?
This is Spike Dudley.
Spike Dudley. Well, Spike Dudley.
History teacher in Rhode Island, I believe.
School teacher at the time. Yeah.
Was he New Jersey? I know he's from Rhode Island. I think he's from Rhode Island.
He looks absolutely batshit insane right now.
This is a pretty infamous scene, too. He's like a school teacher and just showing him here, just wiping blood up. Yeah, he was born in Providence. But billed from Dudleyville.
Coco.
One among
Grandpa Steakhouse.
Coco. Oh, God, I forgot about this scene. I thought you talked to Coco. This is the infamous scene John Walters and I spoofed in theater class. This is like the most insight you'll ever get to Coco's career right here. And they talk about how he got fired and he's got Sandman's pants on from ECW 95.
Yeah.
Jesse.
God, this is like peak Jesse, too. Just become governor. I forgot they dove into this other stuff in here.
He's had another interesting fall from grace.
Yes.
I ain't got time to bleed, Blaustein.
Boy, this dog's all over the place.
It is. It's like he knew he had one shot at it, and he just had to get everything in.
I just can't really, catch on, a through line between these. I know we're kind of trying to relate it all, but it seems very sort of slapped together.
There's three main stories, really. It's Jake, Funk, and Foley. Those are, the three... I think those are supposed to be the three you focus on, really. The rest are just, kind of visiting.
Just kind of talking heads.
Well, and they're kind of visiting with all these, I think the goal was to show the journey of pro wrestling, whether it's you're coming up, you're fading. This is a success story, right? They're showing Jesse Ventura left, he became a governor, succeeded in politics. Chyna, the first ever woman star. I think they're trying to just, God, Vince is fucking yoked. I think they're just trying to show, he's just trying to show where you can, all the stages of being a pro wrestler with the focus on those three. The veteran who's going on top, the guy on top, and then the guy on the bottom, and Jake.
I mean, that makes sense, and I could see it. It just seems I feel like there's just something sort of a core to it that's sort of missing.
Yeah, and like I said, I do think part of it is this was the shot, and he was just trying to get everything.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Vince was more amiable because when he does these interviews with people from the outside, he's usually pretty douchey and bullyish. Well,
and didn't
here he looks like he wants to date him as he's doing this interview.
Yeah, but I feel like the story went I think he turned them down at first, and then he said yes, and then after, didn't he try and block the movie after? I think he was afraid they were going to show him badly. That's why he said no. That's why he said yes, because he wanted to have some control. But I feel like he tried to get it shut down when it was about to drop. He panicked over it.
Because he had seen Wrestling with Shadows.
Right. Burn. Oh, this is good stuff. This movie, I mean, there's so much good stuff in here. New Jack going on the fucking audition.
Insane.
Jeez.
Is that where he bladed so many times right there on his forehead?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They all had their spots. Dusty had his.
That is just not even trying to hide it, I guess.
I forgot Droz was in ECW.
Spoilers.
Well, we can't skip the scene.
I did too, to be honest with you.
There's no knuckles left.
Oh my god.
Wow. Droz no longer has a back or head either after this.
Oh.
What
guy.
is this match?
We'll have to see if we come across that one. I don't know if that was televised or not.
Yeah, I need to see that.
I love Blaustein. Blaustein's answering machine is one of the biggest stars of the movie. You see it a bunch of times.
Yeah, it is. A lot of great 90s answering machine drama.
I had one just like that.
Remember airports? You just kind of want
Airplanes, people waiting.
Traveling, going places.
So this is Blaustein hooking up his boy here. He's getting him audition because he always wanted to be an actor. New Jack.
Mm-hmm.
They living it up.
So in case you were interested, Blaustein's original budget for this was $500,000.
And it made $2 million, I believe.
Yeah. WCW refused to participate.
That's right. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Vince did too originally, and then he backtracked.
Yeah, it says Vince originally allowed Blaustein full access to behind-the-scenes aspects of his company, but later tried to pull out of the deal.
Yeah. And there's some back and forth like that. This is my favorite part of this whole scene is the aftermath of the breaking down the audition. This guy's fucking vest. Great face. They're like, I just wanted to murder me. So I could see him being more Denzel's friend than Denzel.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Denzel's friend.
Great line.
Wow.
She's like, please don't fucking kill me. I've seen your matches.
Don't go in the office. You may cave your head in with a vase.
Could you picture New Jack as Denzel's friend?
I kind of could.
Could you see him in like a Jackie Chan movie?
Yeah.
Maybe in like Training Day.
Oh, Funk's retiring again. Awesome.
This is still that
We're
one.
back to the Mama's family wedding.
No, this isn't the wedding, is it? This is the this is
Why
the
would New Jack
retirement.
be at their wedding?
I think it is the wedding.
It's the
No,
same
there was like a
episode.
trophy on the fucking thing.
It's got to be the same episode as the.
New
as
Jack's
the wedding.
marrying Funk's wife. Oh.
He definitely wore that same suit.
Yeah, no, I think it was like a ceremony. Might have been the cauliflower alley.
Might have been.
Here we go. Now we're talking about Funk's retirement. We're about to be introduced to one of the most iconic movie stars of all time. Don't do tricks.
Yeah, I do
Just
remember
jump.
a fair amount of this, I think.
WrestleFest. Hey, copyright infringement.
30 years of fucks.
Poor loser.
Here we go. Big Den.
Man. He also looks like a Dallas season 15 cast member.
Look at that truck.
Yes, he does. Ray Krebs' uncle.
King of the cockroaches. What the?
Yes, he is.
Self-proclaimed. Look at that shirt.
That's epic.
He
Iconic
does
shirt.
look like great value Patrick Duffy, honestly.
That hair is epic.
That is perfect.
That polo
this
shirt's
is
in
so
the
good.
WWE Hall of Fame.
This is after Step by Step, though.
Yes.
He's all pissed off. He's saying he should be wrestling Dory Funk. No one could have a better match with Dory Funk than him.
I think he only died, last year? I think.
Yeah, a couple years ago. Right after his appearance on the Kevin Kelly show.
Yeah.
That's a Holy Grail episode. If anyone hasn't heard that, it's on our archives at
You
Place
killed
to Be
him.
Nation. Placetobe.podbean.com. The Kevin Kelly interview with Dennis Stamp. Dennis read some poetry to us.
Oh, beautiful.
Dennis died March 13th, 2017.
Yeah.
His nickname was the Tulsa Tornado.
Oh, here we go. It's hot action. What a man.
So they're all arriving in Texas here for the big retirement. Oh God, yes. I don't do any tricks. I just jump.
This is epic.
Let's jump.
Jenny's never going to get this out of her head ever.
I never know when my next match is going to be. You know, I had my last match, I think it was 1991. So it gets to be a lot longer between matches. But I never know when I'm going to have my next match. So I've got to stay in shape for that. I've got to be ready. You know, I'm only 50 now, and the phone could ring at any time, you know.
He's 50?
I'm not going to be there. Lady just goes right into it. Doesn't even say hi. I'm not going to be there.
You're not going to be here. Why aren't you going to be
Not booked.
I'm not going to be here. Because I'm not booked. That's an old rule. That's an old rule I've had for a long time. Because I'm not involved. I already have
other arrangements. I already got plans. Sorry, buddy.
And don't take it personally, because I used to be in the dressing room and I used to see the old guys. And that's where I am now. I used to see the old guys that came in the dressing room that come around.
Oh, he's captivating.
Like old dogs. Just
Old
hoping
dogs.
somebody would recognize them. Here's Spot.
This is Oscar winning right here.
You want to referee me and Brett? You can referee me and Brett.
And I did ask you in April if I could referee some matches on the card, which would have been.
I feel bad for the poor ref that got bumped.
Yeah, really. You want to ref me and Brett? Come on, Dennis. Ref me and Brett.
I already have other arrangements made.
I have other arrangements.
Stop being such a bitch, Dennis.
I'm real sorry, but Terry asked Dennis to do it. He wasn't involved, but now he's going to do it.
Didn't hear me or something when I asked you before? Or didn't think about it?
He's like, look, Dennis, you know me. I got no fucking brain cells, buddy.
You know me. I don't really. You know me. I'm cool.
It's my last match.
Jesus, Dennis, you're in better shape than I am. Shut the fuck up.
I appreciate that, Terry.
What are your arrangements?
I appreciate that.
I love how Funk almost falls here, too.
Yeah, busts his ass.
I don't do any tricks. I just jump. My last match was in 1991. You never know when the next one's going to come.
Next one's going to come.
It's only been 8 years.
When's his other arrangement? What was the other arrangement is what we want to know.
Nothing. He had no plans, so it was all
He had no
bluff.
plans.
Here we go. Here we go.
It was all
no,
kayfabe.
Here he is. He's back.
He's an exterminator now. He probably had a job.
King of the cockroaches, son of a bitch.
Oh, he had to change his ticket. $34.
I'll get half of it back, right? You mean you're going to double pay me?
You're going to double pay me?
I almost broke down and said, it's the main event. It's the main event. You think I'm not going to be in a main event?
I'd rather main event than breathe.
This is it.
Poor Dennis. That's probably the one movie scene I have most committed to memory is Dennis Stamp and Terry Funk.
Wow, that's
Do
amazing.
you think there's any chance that Blaustein thought that he was like some kind of legendary, territory?
No, it's easy
wrestler,
to see that he was a
referee?
loser, but I said that scene.
He's like thinking he's Harley Race or something.
No. Boston was a fan. He knew. If this guy was a star, Terry,
How
he would have
big
been
a
on the
fan?
card
How
already.
big a fan was he?
I think he was a decent. I think he knew enough.
I don't know. I think he might have gotten snowed.
I think he knows if Dennis Stamp is a star, he's already on the show.
He's like, oh,
he doesn't
I
have to
haven't
beg.
heard of him, but it sounds like he's a pretty big deal.
No. He's smart
better
enough
give
to
him
know.
some time in this
Anyone that look who the guys that are on the show already. Balls, but like, come on. If Dennis Stamp was anybody, he would have been on the show. Like the fact that he filmed him begging to be on it.
Excuse you, he was refusing to be on it because
That's right.
he was not booked.
He was not involved.
Dennis Stamp does not beg any man.
Not involved. So was he flying somewhere? What was it? Yeah, he said he had to change his $34 to change his ticket.
Yeah.
I don't know where he was headed.
This match should look familiar to you.
It does. I
Danny?
actually remembered this one pretty well, and that's
you do.
rare for me, especially for a Bret Hart match.
Exactly. In case you guys don't know, we did this on the match pick episode of Jenny and the Gems.
Oh, very good.
I forgot to pick this one.
I'm sure it was Drew. No offense to
It
anyone.
was either Drew or it was Drew or
I feel like
Matt,
Drew
yeah, I think it was Matt.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was Matt that picked
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Apologize to Suze. This felt like Stamp threatening to leave before the show. It felt like Brett at WrestleMania 22. When he says, like, yeah, I'm not going to be there. I'm leaving. That was Stamp. I ain't going to be there. I'm flying out. Sandman bleeding, of course, in the back.
Yep. I remember how awkward his daughters and family looked the whole time.
Dory with Andy Flanagan's Hendrick
Yeah.
jacket on.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
I mean, they just got married. It's they're back to this wrestling show.
Paul bought Funk a commemorative world title belt. Now 12 guys aren't getting paid.
Right.
6 checks are
I'm telling you, I
bouncing.
just feel bad for the ref that didn't get to do this main event because Dennis bitched and whined about it.
Yeah.
They should have had Dennis heel out and attack Funk.
I remember liking Brett a lot.
And the Hart Foundation. And then there should have been a deleted scene of Dennis Stamp asking Brett to join the Hart Foundation. I already got the pink shirt.
That's a very formal Canadian tuxedo that Marty Funk has on. She's rocking.
Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Corset, Canadian corset.
The winner of the match, Dennis Stamp, obviously.
Winner of our hearts as well.
And my balls.
I love that band thing that Funk's wife's got on with the weird straps. It looks like
That's what I'm
something
saying.
a band,
She got like a Canadian tuxedo on.
Yeah.
I want Dennis to grab the mic out of his hand and go, and I'm retiring from refereeing.
I want a Dennis Stamp t-shirt.
How do you clean that mic? There's blood dripping in it from his nose. You just gotta dump it, I guess. That's it. That's it. Heading out. Terry's last match until
And that was
3
it.
months later when he shows up on WWE television.
He shows up
'Cause
chainsawing
what
out of a fucking...
was this August? Brett was champion, right? So was it
Yeah,
September?
it was
August,
September.
September? Yeah.
It was late August, early September.
And he's on. I mean, when's that? Was November, right? I think he's on Raw in November. So. It's literally 2 months later.
Charlie.
Late November, early December.
Yeah, it's right after it's after Survivor Series. Survivor Series early that year. So.
Well, it's December, I think, because I think Outlaws were champions already.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was,
And maybe
it was late
after,
November on the belt. So it's sometime in mid-December.
Very 1970s feeling. Walk off here with that music.
A little bit.
I would love to see it.
Here we go. The Buffalo County Fairgrounds.
Also very 1970s.
Nebraska Cattlemen's Classic. So were they just working is this the same show or were they just like working the circuit, Chris Adams and Jake?
Probably were working the same circuit.
I think it's the same show. He's wearing the same thing. I think we're just back to it.
Yeah, I got that towel.
Did we miss Hammer pissing in the bucket yet? That must have been earlier. There's like some scene he's interviewing Jake and you say Hammer in the background pissing in a bucket.
God.
I think that was earlier. Yeah, they pretty much showed like the three stages: guys coming up, guys in their prime, and guys going down, but in different like levels. Like you have, I think that's why they showed Jesse kind of as you have like Funk, whose life is okay but can't quit wrestling. You have Jake, whose life blows and can't give up wrestling, and then you have like, there she is.
Here we go, Daddy.
So she was the first girl in Place to Be Nation right here.
First lady of PTV.
There you go.
Here it comes. It's a quote from Edgar Allan Poe. She said, "Fuck you, Daddy."
Fuck you, Daddy.
And this is a card.
The dumbbell in her mouth or whatever she's got in her tongue.
I don't think it's a dumbbell. It's a barbell.
Well, not a dumbbell. I mean, dumbbell, barbell.
And here's a quote. Sylvia Plath. She says, "Here's a quote from Sylvia Plath. Fuck
this
you,
is me
Daddy."
and my mom at my prom, and it says, "All of my life I wanted Daddy's love, but now I hold on to what is really important: unconditional love and support from my mom."
This is like a Mean Girls burn book she's got going on here.
A daddy burn.
Seriously, a really wonderful.
Here we go.
Named Sylvia Plath, and it says, in the words of Sylvia Plath, "Fuck you, Daddy."
Fuck you, Daddy.
And that's how
Fuck
I
you,
felt,
Daddy.
and that's still how I feel a lot of the time.
A lot of daddy issues. This is the queen of daddy issues.
Relatable.
He's spirit animal here, Danny.
My father was also a drug addicted wrestler. Traveled to South.
What's his name? Jake?
Maybe.
You're saying there's a chance.
From State Farm?
That would explain a lot. Except for my fear of snakes.
Well, no, you'd be afraid of them because
That's true, yeah.
you hated him. He looks all surprised.
This is the Ramada end, by the way. They
High
said
end,
that.
Baby.
They
High
said
end.
that earlier.
He's like, why don't you want to see me? It's been a long time, you fucking asshole.
Is that still around, Ramada Inn? Did they all go away?
No, I think it's still a
They're
thing.
still around.
No, they're still around. Yeah, they're still around.
I think I have any near me.
Closest one, yeah, there's one right here. Not that far away. $89.
They're like under the Wyndham window now, like the Wyndham group now. But yeah,
So a lot of counterfeit money passing through.
exactly. Yes. Well, the
All from
headquarters
Jake
in-
the Snake.
That's right.
She's been acting kind of funky.
Got one in the West End.
Here it is. Here it is. Chocolate or something.
Chocolate or something.
I don't know, man. Acting kind of funky.
So she just said "fuck you, daddy," and then now.
Well,
she's
no.
like,
She was reading her book. This is how she
Okay.
felt at the time.
Okay, so she
And
doesn't
now-
currently feel that way.
Well, this is like the first time he's reached out to her, so she's giving him a chance.
Oh yeah, you should definitely probably film that then.
And then she saw that scrunchie in Jake's hair. Was like, I'm out.
Yes, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck this, all of this.
She's like the most honest, poignant person in this whole fucking documentary.
Pretty much.
She's like, stop being the fucking carny
I like
worker.
how she's like, he needs to step away from the glitz of it, and I'm like, did you not just see his show
Yeah.
tonight?
Yeah. No, he stepped away from the glitz a long time ago.
There's no glitz, babe.
No, he's stepping in other stuff.
Well, you saw how high he was coming off of it, though. Even that, again, it's like the wrestler.
Right.
He's
It's still the appeal.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is their apartment building. Oh, that was the hotel. Oh, got the vintage Christmas lights adorning the wall, dorm room style.
That's right. That's right.
Oh.
Very Sylvia Plath.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's right out of her playbook.
That's right.
Very Stranger Things.
That's right.
Well, so what's to become of this lady? Do we know what her current
I don't know.
situation is?
I don't know if they got back, if they stayed in touch or not.
Was she, Scott? Was she in the resurrection? Of...
I don't think so.
No, they didn't show. I don't think they show much of his family.
Didn't he
'Cause
talk
he was pretty
about
much.
his kids though?
I feel like she's not ever. I don't know. I feel like she never really comes up again.
I think he pretty. I think this was their like one shot, and I think she pretty much like blew him off.
Dropped
I have it-
angle.
I don't know. I have it in my head that they reconciled. Maybe not on camera, but
Was Brandy? Was that her name?
I think so.
yeah.
Fuck you, die.
I mean, like, look, you make a whole burn book about your dad, there's going to be some problems there. You probably don't need to be filming it for the first time talking to him.
All these Google searches. This brings up Brandy Rhodes with Jake Roberts.
Oh man, that's right. I didn't
So the
think of
Y.
that.
That's why. Hang on.
Fuck.
I spelled it wrong. Fuck you, daughter.
I don't see anything about family members or personal life.
Yeah, he's got a Facebook Live with his daughter, but it's I don't
daughter.
think it's Brandy.
I think that he should tell his daughter his own fucked up life story, and then she will be like, that wasn't too bad then, I guess.
She's got an IMDb page because of this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really much on it.
Some shit on Pinterest that I'm trying
Right.
to figure out.
I think it's like a weird ass fan page.
Yeah. That's always like the. Do you all have the same experience when you're searching for something and get Pinterest results and you're like, well, throw those out immediately?
Oh, yeah, no way do I ever.
They maybe they are back together actually. I don't know because hang on. It says he's a grandfather now. Here's a video of Jake and Dallas talking to Jake's daughter Brandy. He's a grandfather now. Okay, so maybe yeah, him and Paige talked to her.
Fuck you, granddaddy.
Well, that's good. Hopefully they're back together.
Look at you, Tim, wanting the happy ending.
See? Well, Jake was my man, so.
This is the most sad line in the whole movie's coming up in a second here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Brandy's the most tragic person in this whole movie.
For the first time, Jake didn't speak.
There you go.
Checking into a hotel, he disappeared. When I caught up with him a few hours later, he was doing crack.
That's it. Caught up on a few hours later. He was doing crack.
He's doing crack.
Never use a needle.
Well, I feel like my hypothesis that you should not have filmed that is correct.
Well, now he's like interviewing him, like fucking strung out.
After he's been on crack, sure. Let's talk now. What if they're just like tapes and tapes with Jake?
Oh, I'm sure he's probably got a shitload of footage. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Telling about all the fucked up shit he's been through.
God only knows what unused stuff. Yeah, God only knows what unused stuff Blaustein's got buried somewhere.
It'd be cool if he did like a director's re-release or something with a bunch of shit.
Oh yeah, it could be like 2.5 hours.
Did the DVD have stuff? I'm trying because I feel like they did like a director's cut DVD.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably some
different shit.
So apparently, according to this, in 2005, Roberts, along with others, heavily criticized the film for showing him in a negative light. Yeah, like because he was in a positive light.
No,
really.
I remember him not being happy though that he like showed him all strung out and shit.
Complaining that the depiction of him was not the real Jake Roberts. I'd like to know what the real Jake Roberts was if this isn't. Roberts also stated that Blaustein and Funk lied to him about the aims of the film, telling him it was a television special on the effects of drug and alcohol abuse.
Yeah, that's right. I remember all that now. He wasn't too happy with it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like he was still successful in showing us the effects of drug and alcohol abuse.
So Funk must have been the one that got him like to do it, maybe. Because I wonder like how Blaustein tracked him down. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's it. I don't think we see him again in this.
Yeah, I think that is it.
There you go. Good times rolling again.
Green sweatpants and all.
Sweatpants, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And fanny pack.
So guess what? Did you see the Baltimore Sun article from 2016?
No.
Talk about Roberts at 61 will probably never step foot in a wrestling ring as a competitor again. Events like the speaking engagements, which he does now, keep him going and give him clarity. This particular avenue has become something of a family business as well. Robert's daughter, Brandy, the one he struggled so hard to form a relationship with and be on the mat, handles his bookings for the live shows.
Oh, good. Okay.
That was as of 2016.
Happy ending.
It's allowed him to spend more time with her and the rest of his kids as well as his grandchildren.
Beautiful.
It's a pleasant change of pace for Roberts.
Yeah, that's cool. Very good. He seems like he's in a pretty good place. I mean, you still hear stories pop up now and then with him like being a dick and shit, but overall, it seems like he's in a much better place. There we go. This is I don't know if you remember any of this stuff, Jenny, but the Jake stuff's kind of the saddest moment, but this is like the most dramatic moment of the movie.
Oh, I do have vague memories of this.
This is the whole reason it's a Halloween movie. Right
Yeah. It's because he almost dies, right?
Kinda. It's more what is witnessed as it's happening. And again, this was just dumb luck, right? Because I think the story goes he only had his family there because the show was in Anaheim and they were going to Disney because they're theme park freaks.
Yeah.
So
this wasn't even supposed to really happen.
Right. Yeah. So it's almost like Wrestling with Shadows-esque in that regard. Like he just happened to pick the right show to come film because they were in California. He came by. It was a no-title match for Foley. It's cool. Seemed like him and Rock
planning what they were thinking
to do.
They were going to do.
This had to be the most like ridiculous outfits in wrestling history that ended up being like a real popular look.
Fantastic, yeah.
A fucking button down.
I dress like that, taking the trash out sometimes.
Me too.
How about like this? Look at that hair. I think it's a little late to have that haircut right there.
The butt cut.
That's a Flanagan special.
Yeah. I don't know. 99. That's.
Yeah, I guess so.
Still in that window.
Kid from Home Improvement that just went to jail. Kind of had that look still.
I think that had ended, hadn't it?
No, did it? When did that end? I don't think so. I think that ran pretty, I bet it ran later than you think. I want to say it was almost 2000. I bet that ended.
I bet it ended in 98.
98? Any guesses, Scott? I'm looking it up right now.
When did it start? 90? 91?
I can't tell you that because I'll give it away.
I don't know how long it was on.
Jenny?
Could have ran for.
No idea.
September 17th, 1991 through September 22nd. No, I'm sorry. That's when that season started. Ended on May 25th, 1999.
99, okay.
99.
So that kid haircut would have been in time with this.
Haircut
the final
kid.
seasons, final show episodes.
Yeah, yeah. The butt cut was still in the cultural consciousness.
Also, I think what kind of hey, it's a Sarge. Thanks for accepting us on Twitter, Sarge.
All right, yeah, big fan.
All of us.
Austin stomping around.
Steve.
How are you doing? I got my daughters with my team.
I like, Austin sort of loitering in the background and then just sort of saunters up.
I'm not feeling very good. I feel like shit, Mick. Thanks.
What's that? Can't hear you. I feel like shit.
I just want to say hi to you and your family.
Go play basketball with some fucking midgets.
Gotta work a fucking hour tonight.
This does feel like a throwback show. Thank God it's 10 years.
You gotta lay on the fucking bathroom floor like a scrub.
Rather sing a song.
Get Dewey chugging that fucking Dewey chugging that fucking Coke. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, young Steph.
Oh yeah.
Steph.
Oh, so
Learning the ropes. Learning the ropes.
Terrible blouse on though.
Look at that.
She's looking at Vince like, can we not do this right now?
It's funny that like we're
Well,
showtime
really?
and Vince is still dressed up. He's not even in his gear yet.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty good
But
flexibility.
it's funny,
by
like,
Mick, yeah.
but even in 1999, you think like, oh, there's these fancy offices, or no, even in '99,
No,
they're
no.
just in the fucking hallway and shit, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, they didn't. Oh, God, Ed Ferrara, Jenny, is your boy.
Mine.
Big Ed.
Lord.
Ugh, they all look like they look so swarthy. Him and fucking Russo.
It was still very gritty in '99. They didn't get polished until it was like, I'd say like after the brand extension. Like before then, like shit's still kind of gritty looking and feeling.
Yeah. Corderas just walked by.
Hey,
Kev.
That's all right though.
Terry Taylor.
Your favorite? There's your guy, Tim. Terry Taylor. So listen, don't tell Mick, but I'm gonna smack the fucking shit out of him with that chair.
God.
Wow. Pritchard looking very 1988 with
He's
that
clinging
hair.
to that
Logan,
mullet. Yeah.
It looks like Logan Crosland.
I was just thinking this.
Okay, I don't want to- Quarantine
Let's
Logan.
call him now. Logan Pritchard.
Quarantine
What's his
Logan.
name? Logan Pritchard.
Great value, quarantine Logan.
I mean, usually he looks like Sean Kidd. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
It was like a really good final story to go on for this movie. It worked out well.
Yeah.
I think it runs in the family with the clothing because Mick's wife's just wearing like sweatpants
I was
and a
gonna say
sweatshirt.
that looks really not great.
They like to be comfortable.
I don't blame him traveling a lot to get the kids, but
Right.
oh, one of
Amusement
the Harris
parks.
boys, Jenny. This is
The Harris
all it's
boys.
backstage is right up your fucking alley.
See that? Yeah.
There you go.
Heavy D, whatever his fucking stupid name is, it's security on TNA.
Oh, it's so awful. JR.
The Rock just fully fucking locked in by this point.
Just killing it.
Yeah, no, he was all in at this point.
This
That
kid's
dude
are-
right there. Holy shit, it's Mick's wife.
No, there's no way they knew. They're trying to fucking probably figure out.
no way.
They were probably more just wondering who the hell the camera was.
Well, that's probably what it was.
Fucking Mick, wrong door.
Makes sense.
Oh, jeez.
When did the book come out? Like July? August?
No, I feel like yeah, because it's part of the storyline, like toward the end of the year with Val Venus throws it in the trash or whatever.
Well, he gives it to Rock.
Or no, Al
Yeah,
throws it
and
in the
Rock-
trash,
Rock
right? Al threw it in the trash.
Al
Yeah,
throws it in
so
the
yeah,
trash
probably
and
not
he-
that far after this. Yeah,
Yeah, probably like September, August, September. Well, because this is in the book, so.
Yeah, September sounds right because it's during the Foley Al feud, and that's in the fall when he.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought The Rock threw it in the trash, but Al Snow really threw it in the trash.
Yeah, I just watched that in one of my chronos. Have a nice day.
What a storyline. That guy's feelings hurt over his book.
Al Snow's one
Tim,
rubber glory.
have we watched this match together?
Mm,
It feels like one of the ones that we would, but I don't.
I usually remember, surprisingly enough, the ones that we do, and I don't think we have done this one.
Come on, baby, let the good time.
Should we?
Oh,
Well, maybe because you tend to avoid Rock matches when.
Well, you know, you're never going to see it the same again
I know
after you
that
watch it here.
I
so.
know that you don't really like rock matches, so yeah, I don't think I would have even pushed to watch.
But
this
even, I mean, after watching it like this, you can't even. It's hard to watch the actual match knowing all this is going on.
That's true.
Right.
Or does it make me want to watch it more?
See, I don't want you to hate
Fittingly,
the wrestler, though.
Fittingly,
shit.
Foley's book.
I don't want to
Foley's
poison
book
you
came out.
against The Rock.
Halloween '99. Fittingly.
Oh, there you go. All right.
How about it?
Halloween 1999. I remember buying it like immediately,
Yeah.
and then being disappointed when Rock's book came out because that was crap. That came out like right in the beginning of 2000. Because I remember they started pimping it after the Rumble.
What a song choice for this whole thing to unfold to.
This montage.
Why is Nick's wife wearing wearing Luger's outfit on that fucking? I didn't notice that before.
I don't remember this at all.
Foley's wife looks like Lori from The Walking Dead.
Oh my god.
Severn. Don't take her.
She does. She really does.
Oh, she freaking out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I mean,
It's
this
about to
is
get
all
worse.
shit
Just
that was
wait.
planned.
You
Yeah,
see
this
nothing
is
yet.
this is what's supposed to happen. Honestly, if she's freaking out already, what the fuck was he thinking bringing her?
Is that,
I know, it's
is
a bad
that
idea.
her genuine reaction, or is she playing that up?
Part of me wonders if
Maybe
they're
a
taking-
little bit work.
I think maybe they're taking her genuine reactions to stuff that happens later and putting it in a little early, you know?
Steph looks so plain. I know she was young, but
Was it showing the wife? Like, was that like a story like during the match?
no, I don't think they
No,
even acknowledge her.
no.
They may, I don't know, they may mention that camera's there. I forget, but they don't.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they don't ever show her.
No, I watched this recently. And
I think it's probably real.
That looks real.
I mean, they probably never really watched it up close like this with the kids. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, he is fucking destroying him with those chairs.
That's as unprotected as it gets with the chair shots.
Wow.
I mean, she seems like a little bit of an actress, but I think it was mainly real.
Yeah, it looked real. I'm buying it.
I mean, the kids aren't faking it.
Yeah, the kids are fucking freaking out.
No, I don't think it's fake at all. I just wonder if they took a little creative license in how they edited this. But honestly, what the fuck was he thinking? I mean, God.
So, but that's a weird thing. We talk about like this wasn't supposed. Well, I guess they were talking earlier about the.
There weren't supposed to be that many. It was supposed to be like a couple. Yeah.
Right, but were they supposed to go all the way to the back?
I don't. Well, yeah, I think. I just think he did too many on the way there.
Yeah, probably because remember because the whole taped "I quit." So that
I think they were supposed to end in the aisle, but
they had to get.
But
to
they
that.
probably wasn't supposed to have those extra 9.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. It was 9 instead of like 2.
Fucking 11 chair shots or whatever. Just a boo boo.
Look at me, I'm fine.
Just a boo boo.
Those fucking brains are pouring out of his head.
I'm fine. What's your name? I'm married. Whose kids are those?
Children don't even recognize him.
And he doesn't recognize them.
This is all making me pretty.
Give the poor guy a fucking towel, you know, let him.
Right? Yeah, just wipe his face off.
Blackman, get the fuck out of my face.
Get out of my face, meanie.
Fuck you and fuck your family.
I don't want to be here. Yeah. Daddy's fine. Stop crying.
As she thinks to herself, should I file for divorce?
As the daughter thinks, this is why I'm going to marry a clown someday because of this.
At least his dick is huge.
Who knows if he could still use it after this? Oh, wait till they show the... Oh, God. Oh, they're going to show it now. It's so gross. Oh, God. Oh.
Wow.
That is rough.
It's amazing this guy still has any cognitive abilities at all.
That is...
Seriously. I mean, this is not... I mean, when they... It looks worse when they actually clean it up and you see how deep it is.
Yikes.
I mean, look at that. Oh, God.
That is so hot. Wow.
Here, drink some water.
Your brains are falling out. Here, have some water.
It's not funny. It's just lingering
Why
on the
are they just allowing the children to just stand there and then the film? I don't know. This is crazy. I guess I wanted some real shit, and this is pretty real. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm being worked, but I don't know.
I think it'd be hard to work this.
All bundled up.
God.
Still cutting a promo, sitting there getting his fucking head stitched open. Oh,
what could his kid possibly want to be eating while his dad's skull is open?
I know, right?
Fritos.
Well, look, we've seen this kid do nothing but eat and drink soda, so.
That's true. Yeah. That is true.
As they do brain surgery on his father in the locker room.
And he's trying to rationalize what he just went through with a giant bandage around his head.
Yes. Everything's fine with this go away look in his eyes.
He's take the shirt off, you know. This is awkward. I mean, he says he was like really pissed at The Rock, right? After for a bit.
Well, yeah, The Rock. Do you even see him?
Yeah, no, he does. Well, no, he comes in here and they talk, but he doesn't like. He didn't come seeing them, and I don't think he even really apologizes here. I think he just thanks him, whatever. Fucking Vince.
Also getting brain surgery.
Damn you, Foley.
He's like, wasn't too violent, was it? He's like, I'll let you know when I get the feedback.
He's worried about people being offended by it.
Yeah, for everyone that gets offended, 10 or 20 love it.
Yep.
Where are y'all at on that match?
God, it's been a while since we watched it. I would say probably like in the 3.5 range, maybe.
Yeah, I just watched it, and I would say 3.5. Maybe 3 3/4.
Like I said, this all makes it harder for me to watch, for sure.
Yeah, it's one of those tough matches to watch, and just to separate all this from is sort of impossible.
Whatever. I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, they had like a 5-match stretch between Rock Bottom and
I thought they
the
showed
Raw
him a
tonight.
Rock talk in there. I guess not. Was it just me to set it in the book? This is rough. Make him watch it back.
I think it's pretty offensive that guy split his fucking brains open. You guys are like, it was 3.5-star match.
What do you want?
I don't know.
You should be ashamed for that.
I haven't watched.
You literally just.
I don't think it
asked us
adds
what
to
you guys think of this match.
I know.
No, she's saying we should.
She's
She's saying we should grade it
literally
higher.
just freaked out about how crazy it was, and you're just like, it was all right.
Yeah, but I think it detracted. I think the chair stuff
Middling
like detracted from the match. I think it made it worse because it was so gratuitous and like not. I don't know. It just like becomes uncomfortable to watch for me. So like I don't find it that entertaining. So
I don't know.
3.5 is because of what he did.
It's been too long since I've seen it. I mean,
look, you look at it from two perspectives. It's like if you just watch the match and never watch this, it's wow, that was violent, but 3 stars, or 3.5. And then you watch this, you're like, oh no, it's definitely 2 3/4 because look at this. Look at the wife's crying, the kids are guzzling soda. This is
Why
terrible.
does that matter? I mean, really?
Because we just watched fucking Funk and Foley throw each other into barbed wire and explosives in Japan, and we're all like, wow, that's fucking great. But now we're watching this because his kids and his wife are there, and now we're like, oh, that's offensive.
Right. What if they were there during that? Does that take away from that match? No. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I'm just picturing them being there during the exploding barbed wire match.
Wait, so it's bullshit you don't care? Or it's bullshit you do?
No, I just think that it's bullshit that her reaction colors your view of the match.
All right, here's the recap where everyone's at now. Yeah, Tony's still at Visa. Michael delivers furniture. Wait, he was one of the final WCW guys, wasn't he? Tim, didn't he show up on the final months? I think he did. I think he finally got a gig, and then they went under.
Yeah. Might have been one of the came in with Styles and
I think so.
Air Paris, whatever they called him.
There you go. He said Terry's retired less than 3 months. They retired again until the next one.
So Jake went to jail. Okay.
There you go. He said he hadn't seen his daughter since they filmed it.
Oh, Droz never made it as a puke.
Well, guess what? At least this is before he got paralyzed, so they didn't have to cover that.
Yeah, but Droz never makes it as anything in another 8 months. So.
Yeah, this comes out a little bit later, and that's a much different. Where are they now?
I wonder if they keep it in. They probably don't.
And Vince is still making movies, pal.
That's a good question, Tim.
All right, so that's
golden
it.
Showers.
So what did everyone think of this documentary? Jenny, what did you think, really, your first time watching it, paying attention?
So I do like the different levels, like we talked about. You know, you get to see specific wrestlers in different points in their journeys, whether it be sad or successful. So I think he did a really good job at capturing some of these really, I think, unique moments. It's really, really cool, especially to see the ECW stuff for me. But I do kind of feel like it was just kind of cobbled together. Here's a collection of stuff. I don't think that showing the wrestlers at different points is kind of enough. I feel like you kind of have to have an overarching thing here on a documentary. So, I mean, super enjoyable and classic stuff, especially Dennis Stamp stuff. But I liked it a lot, but as a documentary, it's not super effective.
What'd you think, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it pretty much as much as I always have. It's one of those documentaries that came out, I think, as we talked about, at exactly the right time. And it just reminds me of how big wrestling used to be and how mainstream it used to be. And me being that kid at the time who was so locked into it and super defensive of it at the same time. As if Vince McMahon needed a 15-year-old high school sophomore to really rush you to the fence of the WWF when they're getting criticized, for all the violence, sex, whatever, right? And this documentary comes along, and it felt legitimizing in a way. It's okay, yeah, this is why I watch this shit, right? And this is why it's real to me, damn it. And it just felt like a big deal at the time, and did a lot. I think it did a lot of good, ultimately. But of course, wrestling sort of fell out of the mainstream spotlight, but it is what it is. But I've always enjoyed it. I agree. It's not maybe the deepest, the best documentary in the world, but I just sort of like it as that snapshot of what the industry was at that point.
Yeah, for me, it still holds up. I mean, But it's, I think, in a nostalgic way too. Like, obviously, it was such a big deal seeing it live. I've seen it a million times. I wore the tape out in college. I can quote most of the movie. So it's, to me, every scene to me stuck out. Like, there's so much good stuff in there from a classic ridiculousness point of view. Made Dennis Stampa a household name to wrestling fans for a guy that probably no one knew. The Foley stuff was eye-opening at the time. The irony of Funk's retirement, or just the laugh around it. Jake, I've not really ever seeing something like that, and seeing Jake like strung out being interviewed on the doc. So there was a lot of like, I wonder if that affects it for you, Jenny. Is that like this stuff now isn't as like at the time it was controversial, but it was kind of groundbreaking at the time because you didn't see a lot of the stuff about wrestling thrown in your face. You kind of knew about it. There may be exposés, but it was always like Geraldo and kind of shit that you didn't know what was what. But to see like this in a documentary with the actual footage was just not something you saw all the time. Like, this wasn't all open and accessible. So it was just like a different era. So like for what it was in that moment, to like Tim's point, like when it came out was insane because it was just like, holy shit, we've never seen wrestling like this in front of everyone's face, broken down guys, what it does to them. Like, it was, it's what the wrestler takes and perfects 7 years later, right? With the movie. They kind of take this as a template and then make it into a dramatic story and perfect what they tried to do here. But like this, I thought worked on that level.
Yeah, that level of access was just unreal.
Right.
Like you said, before that, you just saw the sensationalized nonsense, Geraldo and John Stossel, whoever, like
Richard Belzer.
Any final thoughts, Scott, for you?
I'll always enjoy watching this. It's one of my favorite wrestling things to watch. Because it gave you a different level of people's careers. Like, you saw Droz, who was making his way up, and he skipped the line and got to the end and got to sit with Vince. And then you also have guys making their way up, but they got to start at the bottom with the fucking Roland and his fat ass in his fucking basement or warehouse, whatever. Then you have then they show like Chyna and those in their careers, and even Foley, who's at the top, but it's not perfect, as we see. Then you have levels of the back end of your career. You have a guy like Funk, whose life is fine. He's got a ranch, he's got a family, a wife, kids, but he can't
walk.
Well, he can't walk, and he can't let the business go. No knees. And then you've got, Jake, who has fucking literally nothing. He's got nothing. And he can't let go of the business because the business, funds his fucking crack. So the fact that that Blaustein literally covered every base was pretty great because there was nothing missing there. You can't even really say it's, quote, dated, because for someone like Jenny who'd never watched it before, still got it, even though it's 20 years old. Like, it doesn't matter. It's still a snapshot of the business at its peak. You couldn't really show this now because nobody does this now. Like, everybody goes to the gym and drinks smoothies or, works out 20 hours a day. Like, it's a different life now. They don't do that.
They play video games like a bunch of fucking
they
dorks.
play video games and exactly. They don't do this stuff anymore.
They're not real men anymore in wrestling.
So,
reach for that brass ring, pal.
Yeah, pal. I don't take chair shots, pal. I'm 80.
You got to work on that upper body.
Yeah.
Nobody gets brain surgery in the fucking locker room anymore.
You're looking a little fat, boy.
Or like Roland work on your lower body. But no, this is probably one of the most memorable and revered wrestling things, pieces of all time. I don't think it's in that wrestling. Like, I honestly, this holds up, in my personal opinion, this holds up more than Wrestling with Shadows does. I think we've beaten Montreal to the fucking ground. I don't think I can watch anything with Montreal again. This I could watch.
Oh, wait till next Halloween.
Exactly.
Oh,
when Jenny watches it for the first time. Yay! And she looks at Brett's wife. Yeah, then she gets to watch Brett for 2 hours. She'll love that.
Fuck you, Daddy. All right. That was a lot of fun. Listen, there's a ton of stuff you can listen to, all four of us. You can check out those feeds we mentioned earlier. Not going to run through it all, but social media real quick. Jenny, you're at the Jenny position, correct?
I am.
Tim,
it is on the Twitter.
CYKE68 on Twitter.
That is correct.
Scott's at PTB Podfather.
Absolutely.
And me at JT the Pod Guy. So you can listen to those feeds we mentioned earlier. PlayStation Wrestling, PlayStation Pop, North-South Podcast Connection, and the Jenny Position. So subscribe to all those and get all the great shows we're on. Keep listening here. Scott will be back next week with, what do we got? Saturday Main Event, April 91, right?
April 27, 91. So Mr. Winston will be back in the house.
Okay, so check that out. And otherwise, everyone take care. Don't do crack in a hotel. We'll talk to you later.
Happy Halloween!
Oh, yeah, that's right. Trick or treat. Well, it's probably done by the time you listen to this. Hopefully you got some good candy and no COVID.
Fuck you, Daddy.
Or crack.
Can you call? An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Oh, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. To guess. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If you had a dose of a freaky ghost, baby, you better call. Bustin' makes me feel good. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Don't get caught alone, oh no. Ghostbusters! When it comes through your door, unless you just want some more, I think you better call Ghostbusters! Ow! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I think you better call